Coming up on Mountain News this morning, crews in one eastern Kentucky county begin to clear up a major rock slide, and flooding in our region sets a bridge project back just 1 week before it was meant to be finished.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you again. It's Wednesday and it's 6:31. I'm Dakota Makris. And normally, I talk about almost every morning starting my car. Well, this morning, Brandon, I didn't have to start my car, but I did anyway out of habit, but I didn't have to. I mean, it was really kind of warm outside. My car wasn't really that cold, so.
Listen, I'll tell you a fun fact. It's always cold at my house because I still have some snow on the ground. I don't get a whole lot of sunshine where I live. So basically this morning I had frost. So I hastily scraped the windshield off because I was running a little bit behind this morning. So I scraped off just enough where I could see out and went on my merry way. But yeah, a lot of areas probably won't have too much frost in the car this morning because temperatures have actually went up overnight. Let's take a look at those temperatures this morning. You'll see that they're already in the 40s in some areas right now, including basically everywhere east of Jonesville and west of Jonesville and Wise there. They're in the 20s and 30s, but everybody else is in the 40s. They're kind of stabilizing just a little bit there. A couple of them noticed starting to go down just a hair too. It's windy, so we're getting some of that wind out of the southwest there. Kind of give you a state view on this round, but you see anywhere from about 9 miles per hour in Hazard to 17 in Cincinnati, 10 in Nashville, and 14 in Carbondale, Illinois. And we've got wind gusts of 20+ miles per hour, getting close to 30 down toward Clarksville, right there along the Kentucky-Tennessee border, down toward Nashville and Fort Campbell. All right, forecast today, some sunshine later on today as we top out right around 50 degrees, upper 40s. And then it gets cool tonight as those winds shift direction from the southwest to the northwest, and we're going to be seeing temperatures drop into the mid to upper 20s. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. A Pike County deputy died Sunday. 70-year-old Gary Stephen Butch McCoy died at Pikeville Medical Center. A Pike County native, Butch was a former heavy equipment operator. He served Pike County as a deputy with the Sheriff's Department for around 32 years. McCoy is described as a people person who always had a kind word and a big smile for everyone. In Perry County, State Police are looking for a missing father and daughter. Now they say they were last seen in the Bos Fork community on New Year's Day. They are on your screen right now. They say 69-year-old Dale Williams has gray hair and blue eyes and is 5'8", 145 pounds. 43-year-old Misty Williams has brown hair, hazel eyes, and is 5'4" and 210 pounds. Police say she has autism. If you have any information, you're asked to call State Police. At least one person is facing charges following a police chase that went through parts of Kentucky and West Virginia. Kentucky State Police tell us the chase started in the Kemper area of Pike County around 12:30 Tuesday afternoon. Now we're told the chase ended up in Mingo County, West Virginia, where deputies in the Mingo County Sheriff's Office were able to stop and arrest the driver. We're also told the truck was recovered. We, of course, will update this story as we get more information. A rock slide in Prestonsburg left a busy road closed for at least 2 weeks as crews begin the process of clearing out the rock. Late Monday night, first responders received a call of a rock slide on Kentucky 321, getting to the scene to find both lanes and shoulders of the road blocked by a massive mess. Officials say the cleanup and structural surveying will be a long process since the slide was one of the largest the area has seen.
I've been in Floyd County since '86. I grew up in these mountains. It's the biggest rocks I've ever saw fall as a whole. I've seen mudslides and rock slides as big with timber and stuff in it, but the biggest rocks I've ever seen fall off.
Officers say they do not believe anyone was injured. There are 2 ways to reroute around the space, so access to homes or businesses is not impacted by the road closing. Breathitt County was one of the eastern Kentucky counties that experienced flooding on New Year's Day. Judge Executive Jeff Noble says county crews are working to clean up, like working to repair washed out roads and damaged bridges. He says right now they're having a hard time finding supplies.
The state actually came up with one just a little bit ago, called me, but I'm needing like 6-foot pipes right now just to get people in and out of the holler.
Now the judge executive says if you are cleaning up from the flooding and need help, you can call the county courthouse. Crews in Pike County are still working to clean up debris from flooding and finish a project on Kentucky Route 199 that was nearly complete. Jordan Mullins has more from the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and what setbacks crews are facing.
On New Year's Day, communities in Pike County were hit with severe flooding.
The overnight rains accumulated and it was running completely over the roadway.
Pond Creek Road, otherwise known as Kentucky Route 199, was one area that saw damage. One bridge project was also set back from the massive amount of water.
It was massive. From what I understand, 5 inches is what dropped in a short period of time.
The bridge in the McAndrews community of Pond Creek also involved a small detour to keep travelers from using the bridge. The detour also connected to Pinson Fork Road, which was nearly destroyed as well.
We had the detour roadway in place, so it washed a portion, probably a 20-foot section of the detour roadway out. So that's when we had to put traffic on the main highway, which we already had in place.
The flooding clogged the 3 drain pipes underneath the detour road, which caused water to flow over the entire project.
State's going to add on a little bit of stuff to prevent it from happening again. They're going to take some preventive measures to make sure it doesn't wash out the road again.
But the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is currently cleaning up debris and working on a solution.
We were in a week or so of being out of here, and this flood is definitely going to set us back 2 or 3 weeks.
A major setback, but according to officials, on track to finish by February. In Pike County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Wright also said he and his crew were a bit frustrated because of the setback, but continue to press on to finish it. State highway crews are pre-treating roads today ahead of that expected winter weather on Thursday. Crews will be spraying brine on the roads, which will dry and then be activated by snowfall. They say that can really help in the first few hours of snowfall and stop frozen precipitation from bonding to the roads. Well, it was a nightmare on one of the nation's busiest highways for more than a day. An icy mess on Interstate 95 just outside of the Washington, D.C. area, stranding people in their cars for hours on end. John Lawrence has the latest.
I have never been this frightened on the road before.
Drivers endured hours of misery, trapped in their vehicles after a severe winter storm snarled traffic to a standstill on Interstate 95 for a 50-mile stretch in Maryland and Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C.
There are a lot of people out here, the elderly, the infirm, people who can't walk, people who need medicine. It can turn into from a convenience into a crisis pretty quickly, and then from a crisis to a tragedy even faster.
Some people spent the night in their cars, some ran out of gas, and some abandoned their vehicles to get warmth, water, food, and safety.
I walked up here to get food because we done ran out of food.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine says he was stuck for 27 hours.
At some point, it switched from a miserable travel day into kind of a survival mode day for me.
But the time trapped on the icy, slush-covered tar wasn't all bad. A trucker tried to make the best of the situation with a gesture of kindness and offered up a hot breakfast to his fellow stranded motorists.
Hey, I just made you a hot breakfast and a cup of fruit punch. I saw you were sitting out here the whole time. As long as me, I was here since 1 a.m. So it was him and his mother, and both of them were really appreciative. It was a really nice moment.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Oh, I-95 in Virginia finally reopened Tuesday night, and all disabled cars and trucks have been removed.
Forecast this morning as we move through this Wednesday. It is about 6:40, and we're looking at temperatures across the region in the 40s for the most part heading through the day, except for a couple of cooler spots. But even Wise has went up a few degrees since the newscast started. Jonesville has been holding steady at 28. Some colder air in those border counties this morning, so keep that in mind. We're going to continue to see those 40s head toward the 50-degree mark a little bit later on today. Even with even with the mostly cloudy skies for parts of the day, we'll see some late day sunshine, and that might help push us over the top in some areas. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. The time is now 6:40. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. The CDC releases some big updates on the coronavirus on a couple different fronts.